Hi guys, welcome to the Spoken English Batch 2. Namita, very good evening. So we have a session on tense today. So very important topic in terms of if I say a grammar lecture, grammar module. So we already started with the module. Now today we did basic questions, Namita. I think in the previous session. Today we are going to do tense, right? Basics. We're going to learn the basics. I'll just share the PPT with you. Yeah, is the PPT visible? Grammar module tense. I think probably we have done this during our school time, but yeah, here we tend to do a lot of errors. So for each tense, we should know the usage. That is important. Definitely, we talk about the pattern, the structure of each tense. Um we know it denotes time, but yeah, particularly important here will be when we talk about spoken English, right? We should not go wrong with the tense in terms of what will I say, your usage. Because see, for example, I'll show you, if you're talking about facts, always we should know facts have to be in simple present tense, right? You can't use any other tense to show facts. So now it is a play of verb. We have to understand the verb that has to be used, right? In tense, we have to understand at the time of speaking, right? When the action is happening, it becomes continuous. So it talks about time, right? Whether it is past, present, or future. We know the basic ones. Now I'll show you. I've written. I've no. I'll share the PDF also. I've done my work of giving you exact usage, so it is easy for you to understand. Now tense means time. What are the basic types? You all know: present, past, and future. Now under these we have four types. What are those? Can you tell me? So 3 into 4, we have total 12, right? Types. If you individually read about these, we have 12 types. Now some are commonly used or more frequently used than as compared to the others, but yeah, we know we have four types. Now guys, what are the types? Tell me. First, present. So these are broader categories: present, past, future. Now in present, if I tell you, what will come in present? Simple present, which we also call as present indefinite. Okay, simple present, already called, also called as present indefinite. Then we have present continuous, when the action is continuously happening in the present. Then we have perfect, action completed, perfect means complete. And then we have present perfect continuous. You're getting the point. For each of these we have these categories, right? Now individually we'll go through it. Individually we understand the logic or basics or rules behind it. So for example, present tense, if I say, now simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous. So all of these four categories under each. Clear? Major division, we all know. Yes. So more people have joined in finally. Yeah. Tell me, this much we know. Chalo, let's start. It's a very basic thing, but yeah, we always get confused with the usage. So concentrate on the usage. Now, for you all, I've put the structure in place and the present tense for each category. So see the four. Under present we have these four. Okay, 1 2 3 4. We'll of course go about these individually also. First, understand, we use the first form of verb is very important here. When I talk about the verb, for each tense which verb form is used. For example, continuous means ing. Anywhere you read continuous, it has to be ing. For example, anywhere you see perfect tense, it has to be has and have. Okay, and perfect continuous, see, with continuous ing, and when it is perfect continuous, has been plus ing. So these are your examples. He plays cricket, normal verb first form we will use in simple present. Then is, am, are, these are your helping verbs. According to the subject we use. With I we use am, for plural we use are, for singular we use is. Okay, this much we understand. Just let me know. So because my of course way of teaching, again I'll modify according to where you are, what's your level. This much we understand, everybody, basic. Yeah, he has played cricket. With has and have, always V3. This is a common thing we should be aware of, right? Has and have means has to be V3, third form of the verb. Now see, usage, the most important part where you have to focus, guys, is usage. Try and give me sentences also if you can, examples if you can, that will be great. So first is indefinite, which is simple present, or you can also call it present indefinite. Any action which is regular, right? I go to the gym, or he goes to the gym daily. Why have I used simple present tense? I'm talking about a habitual action, a regular practice. Always has to be in simple present. Truth. Obviously, we have all heard this. The sun sets in the west. Okay. Newspaper headings, have you noticed? Even today, if you just pick up a newspaper article and see Modi meets Trump. Why? Because always they have to be, that's a standard English rule we follow. They have to be in simple present. Here, there. Now, if I say here she comes, right? I'm starting my sentence with here. It has to be in simple present. There she goes. There he goes, right? Planned action. Now, guys, you will be confused in the last usage. Why, if we have written future, we will use simple present? Near future, right? So near future, if you say you have planned something for near future, you can. It is not wrong if in English to of course to name or to suggest a planned action in near future. If you use simple present, it will not be wrong. Okay. So planned action in the near future. Now, majorly, you just have to remember while speaking, please use present tense if you're talking about somebody's action, habitual action, or truth, right? A fact, idioms. If you're using phrases, you are using in your sentences, you have to use simple present. Continuous has to be in continuation, task in continuation. Okay, now, guys, here you'll give me the examples. I'll not give you the examples. Tell me quickly. Continuous tense, simple, present continuous tense. Very quickly. For each, now, obviously, continuation means tense is in, work is in continuation. The action that we are doing is in continuation. It is still continuing. It's not over. It's not ended. Okay. Progress. It's progressive. That is why we also call it present progressive tense. Sometimes you will read as progressive tense. Give me example. First one, when it is in continuation, what will you write? Any example? I am speaking to you, right? She is not staying in London, in Delhi. Okay, she's not staying in Delhi, for example. Yes, I'm going to Delhi tomorrow, near future. Yes, definitely, definitely. In near future, if there is an action that is going to happen, right? I am going to watch, or right, I'm going to Delhi tomorrow is correct. I'm going to watch television in the later half of the day, right? So definitely the action is happening now. So task in continuation, right? I'm eating my lunch, right? I'm having my dinner. Okay. The candle is burning. The numbers are spinning. Anything in continuous. Task in near future, like Shreya, you mentioned very correctly. Okay. I am going to learn to drive. Okay. I am going to learn any skill you can write. I'm going to learn speaking fluently. Okay. Yeah. Compulsive habits, how they are used in present continuous. She's always cribbing. She's always complaining. That's a compulsive habit. We say, this we use normally also in while spoken English in conversation. She's always cribbing. She's always complaining, right? So it's a compulsive habit we are mentioning. Someone's compulsive habit. you can say it is in continuous, right? Is it clear? Perfect. What is perfect? Like I said, complete. The action is completed, right? So whenever I talk about perfect tense, please remember has have. The first thing that should come to your mind is has have for structure. Okay. Now, present perfect, if I talk about an action or state either occurred at an indefinite time in the past or began in the past and continued in the present. Better definition if I say either two things occurred. I'll write for you and then I'll explain you. Wait, with examples. At an some time in the past. When I say no indefinite past, it started, it occurred sometime in the past and continued to present. Why do we call present perfect? Because still continued to the present. At the time of our speaking, it continued till the time of our speaking, right? Okay, so guys, we have a new member also. Let me take him to my lab and then we'll start. Okay, so present perfect tense, guys, continue to the present time. The action continue to the present time, right? If I say, for example, see here, we have read the structure for sure. Has plus third form plus object. Okay, so I'll give you one example. Must no. He has grown impatient. Now this is for the present example only. If I say instant, he has grown impatient over the last 1 hour. Yeah, he's being impatient, right? Over the last 1 hour. Sorry, 1 hour. Okay, so has plus v3. Now what I'm trying to show is, so from the past 1 hour he's being impatient, he's grown impatient. Guys, getting my point? Now perfect is to an action. When we say present, because the action is continuing till the time of our speaking, right? At the time of our speaking. Okay, so it's present perfect. Sometimes also we use present perfect when there's no clarity around when the task will be completed. Can you give an example of the second point? Guys, try it. If you'll make it, of course, if you will structure a few sentences, this is a better way to remember. Okay. Tell me. When there is no time, actually, when there is no clarity around the task completion, when will it be over? We probably can, talk about it in present perfect. No, I've had my dinner. No, incorrect, incorrect. Sure. Should I try again? I have put away all the laundry. Okay, right? Huh. I have put away all the laundry. One example. And there was one favorite one also. Actually, I'm looking at that. I think I mentioned. I wrote it somewhere for all of you. Something that started in the past and continues in the present. I have never met his wife. I have never met his wife. Doubtful cases, we try to use present perfect. Okay. Huh. You can also say, have you ever, when we ask question, have you ever met him? We use the present perfect form, right? The time is not known. There's no clarity around it. Okay. Huh. Rest are normal sentences, right? Now, very important is time of completion meaning. Time of completion meaning. No clarity about the time of completion. That we don't know when will this be over. Okay. So yeah. He must have started from office. He must have started from office, right? He might have started from work, means started coming. You know, don't know about the exact time, or even when the task is completed. You don't know. You have no clue. Okay. Acha, guys, one more thing. Very important. In actually questions, this is a hint, but for you also, if you're using sentences in spoken English, we can't make this error. There are other words also. You will see or you will notice if you have to identify present perfect. Usually, you will see these words in your sentence examples. Yet, always, before, recently, so far, lately. Okay, you can easily identify a present perfect statement, or probably if you are using these words in your statement, then these are the words which go with present perfect tense, right? She hasn't spoken she has not spoken to me lately. She has not, third form of verb obviously with has, spoken to me recently. We did not have a conversation, right? So lately she did not speak to me. Okay. One more, can you use any of these sentences and give me an example like I've given? She has not spoken to me lately. These words tell us, suggest that we're talking about the present perfect form. Quickly tell me. Any example? Yes, I have not visited this place yet. Correct, correct. Good enough. Okay. So, guys, meaning is clear or no? Meaning is clear? Yes. Okay. Uh, Action started in the past but present is written here, so has to be some connection in the present. So the action of course has a bearing on the present, though it started in the past, it is still continuing in the present or at the time of speaking, right? And or probably has a bearing on your present. If it started in the past and still has some influence on the present, definitely it has to be present perfect. From the name I think it is better to understand. Perfect name gives has have. When perfect comes, your mind should talk about has have. You should quickly be able to say okay, has have. Perfect tense means has have. But the other thing, present perfect, when I say the action which started in the past should have a bearing on the present, so we say present perfect. Okay, because there has to be a link between the past and the present whenever we talk about perfect tense. Okay. Hmm. Chalo, next. Present perfect continuous, when do we use this? Obviously continuous means the action has to continue, still continuing. But again, it started in the past because perfect means completed, uh, or past context is there. Past context is there, little bit completed. Okay, so present perfect continuous, can you give me an example? I've already shown you the structure here. Present perfect continuous, something started in the past till the present time it is continuing. Yes, for and since. Now the, like you mentioned, Shrey, for 5 years. Here to understand, or the hint here, usually time element is added. In these tenses, time element is added. Okay. We have been playing, say, cricket for an hour. Okay. Remember, for period of time, since point of time. Perfect continuous, the thing is that we definitely use for and since. Time element is usually there in these sentences. Also remember, for and since difference. when I talk about a duration, for example, 6 weeks, 8 years, 9 months. For when I talk about years, like we use since I've been living here since I have been living here since you can say 1985. Okay, so yeah, with years we usually use since. This is all you have to remember. Clear? In questions, you know, right? Have you been seeing her? Have you been seeing her? Have you been seeing her when I'm questioning this? Is it still continue? Are you still, meeting her, seeing her? Okay. So continuous ing factor should come in. The task is still continuing, though it started in the past, right? For and since is the hint. Clear? So these usages are more important than any other thing. Structures, I think you will know. We did structure in the school level also when we were doing tense. Okay, guys. Next, past. Past means obviously second form of verb in simple past. Was for singular, were for plural, right? Had, now very important, past perfect. Like we did no present perfect. The past action had a bearing on the present, but when it is past perfect, everything is over in the past. Action completed in the past, it's over, no present bearing. Had been plus ing. Structure you go through, I'll be sharing the PDF also. You just have to revise this, okay? Concentrate here on the usage. Try to give me more examples and frame examples on your own so that you remember for the long term. That is all. Okay. Simple past, we can also call it past indefinite. So guys, give me a, see, now you know the structure here. He swam. Okay. Give me an action completed in the past. Tell me one example. Achha, I ate. Okay, I ate. Had will be wrong. I ate. Verb second form obviously. Eat, ate, eaten. I ate chicken burger yesterday. Correct. Yesterday action is completed. Habits in the past. I used to. Yeah. Oh, wake up. Wake up early in. Just I used to wake up early, or I can also write. Uh, I used to wake up early, or like past habit, right? Which I used to follow regularly in the past, right? Past facts or generalizations. Now, guys, how do we use this for past facts? You would have heard it in normal sentences. That time we used to. Those were the times when we used to. Those past fact as a past generalization. Those were the times when elders were respected. Yeah, as a generalization statement we use it quite often, है ना? उस जमाने में तो elders की respect की जाती थी. Those were the time when elders were respected. What's wrong with this? Clear? Understanding past facts or past generalization statements, general statements. Huh. So this is generalization. Okay. Something that was started in the past at a certain point and continued up to that point in the past. So that is, give me one sentence, past continuous, easy one. Yeah, not historical events. You can say historical events, not historical facts. Facts means present, has to be in present. Yeah, historical events that were there, that had happened, we can say, or we use past. Okay, we can use simple past for that. Or general statements, like I gave a very general statement, generalizations. Whenever we make generalization, okay, this used to happen, right? It's not specific to a person. This was a general way, right? General way of behaving for most people. So that is a generalization we pass, right? Okay, guys, past continuous example. Any example, simple one also. The audience was applauding until he fell off the stage, right? In the past this happened, so I will say past continuous. This was happening. It was continuously, the audience was applauding in the past till he fell off the stage, right? At 6 o'clock yesterday, at 6 o'clock yesterday, I was eating dinner. So this action was in continuation in the past, right? Huh. Okay, correct. I was making, also when we, connect two sentences simultaneously. I was making dinner when she arrived. Clear? Next, past perfect. Now this is, I find, the easiest one to understand, to know. Okay, action started in the past and also over at a given time in the past. So complete sense. Past is perfect, always gives us a past sense. So if I have to understand or make hint of it, perfect means action has to have started in the past. Now when we are saying perfect past, means completed also started in the past, completed also in the past. Can you give me an example of past perfect, guys? I don't know why people get confused with this tense, but this is the easiest I find. Past perfect example. Past perfect had plus V3. You just now we saw the pattern, had plus V3. Tell me. I had cleaned the room. It is over. I cleaned it in the past. The patient had died before the doctor came, right? Like you mentioned, Shrey, if two actions take place in the past connected with before, after, we always use the first action because first is already over. So you have to use in past perfect exactly what you gave as an example. So I'll write here, the patient died, had plus third form of the verb before the doctor came. Before the, what are we doing here? We are connecting two actions. So which is the first action? Any first action will have to be in past perfect. Had died, right? Second action was the doctor came. So first one will be in past perfect. So usually when we combine sentences like that, when there are two actions, first one which got over has to be in past perfect form. And usually you will see these sentences are connected with before or after. Okay. Now continuous is also added. So past perfect continuous action has to start in the past, obviously, as the name suggests, and continued up to a particular point, right? We'll understand this with an example. If you can try, guys, I've shown you the structure here. Had been plus ing. He had been swimming. So he started in the past, and in the past only the action continued for a particular time. What will you mention as example? Okay. uh, this is my example. Now, I had been waiting here since morning, correct? Claire had been playing the piano for, usually I've told you perfect continuous for and since, you will see, for 30 years, when she was finally asked to do a solo with a local orchestra. So she had been continuously doing this in the past till a point of time, till a particular point means it continued, and when she continued to play piano, and till the point where she was asked to do a local orchestra. So yeah, the action continued in the past, right? So this is my example. Clear? Just don't get confused here. Present perfect and past perfect. Okay, past perfect continuous and present perfect continuous. So through names, I would say take your hint. Perfect has a past indication. When it talks about present, the action consequences have to have present included. Similarly, here you have to focus on, if I talk about past perfect, completed action, right, in the past itself. And continuous form means some bearing in the past. In the past, when it was continuing, so ing form, we're talking about continuous activity or event in the past. Okay, coming to your future tense. Now, guys, will or shall you can replace and use. So earlier there was a rule with I, we always used to use only shall. You can use will also. Any of these will be fine with the subject I. Okay, so here obviously with modals we use first form. So will, first form. Will, shall be, ing, future continuous. Right, future perfect has, have, has to be there, and for the same have been for perfect continuous. So this is your structure. Just revise the structure but focus more on the usage. Tell me, simple future, first one, give me some examples. General, spoken English, I will see you tomorrow. This is what you use, simple future. I will, it can express promise also, same thing. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. You will get the answer by post. Okay, prediction, I will do this work tomorrow, I will complete my assignment. Okay, soon, tomorrow. How it expresses prediction? It will rain. Yeah, it will rain tomorrow. I think he will crack the exam, right? It's a prediction, right? Activity did not happen. Okay, continuous, something which will go on. Now please understand future continuous, because we haven't seen the future. This is assumptions we make about future. Obviously future tense, if you read all the four categories, all the four usages, it's about assumptions, right? Future activity or state of being in future, what might happen, because it's not there, it is uncertain. Okay, now tell me, action going on in the future, what will you mention? He will be performing, right, in London for the next few weeks. He will be performing, this will be, now we have planned, this is the plan. Okay, this is going to happen in the future. For, if I say next week, so next week what is the plan? He'll be performing. Okay, this is event already scheduled and he'll be doing this. So yeah, we plan, and therefore now it is not plain blank assumptions, action that will go on in the future according to our plans. Okay, if everything is okay, express events planned in the future. For example, in July next year, you're talking about the plan. We, simple, you will have been studying for 3 years. You will have been studying for for 3 years. Okay, this little one is very naughty. Okay, so events planned in the future. You will have been studying in. You will have been. Sorry, I think I gave you wrong example. Have been is your sorry, future perfect continuous. This would have been going. Okay, future perfect continuous. No, plan in the future. You just mentioned simple examples. He will be performing. Okay, I will be taking classes tomorrow. Right. She will be visiting her aunt's place. Right. All of those. Future perfect. Express an action. Now you know a particular time where in future the action will be completed. Okay, there is a particular time in the future. By then this should be completed. So we say future perfect. Okay, give me an example of future perfect, guys. I still have had my dinner. Still, I shall have had my dinner. Okay, I shall have had my dinner. Fine. I will have finished the reading the novel. I will have finished the book, right? I will have finished this book means in future at this particular time I will have completed the activity. This is they will have left town at a particular point in future. They will be moving. They will have left town. Okay, so we keep a point of time in mind in future. Okay, by this time probably the action will be over. Okay, yeah. The most trickiest one is the last one, future perfect continuous. Why tricky? I will tell you. Because we say that it continue over a period of time in like future perfect continuous, and action will be continuing only. So this is a usually tricky one people find. I think I wrote one example also, no, future perfect continuous, that was at 5 o'clock I will have been waiting for 30 minutes. Means still you will wait, it will continue. Okay, and but by this time I will have been waiting for 30 minutes. So I have been waiting in the past, yeah, since probably from say 2 p.m. I'm waiting, right? And by 5 p.m. in the future it will still continue. The same activity is supposed to still continue. So have been waiting. Yeah. In October, I will have been working at Olive Board, right? For yeah, 3 years, right? I'm working at Olive Board, and I know at this time I'll complete 3 years, and I'll be continuously working, right? So action which will continue in the future. It will not end, right? In the future it will continue. So these are your usages. I think, guys, we did this in school level, but yeah, most importantly, we never focused on the usage. We always we were always told to mug up the probably the structures. I remember writing these 10 structures so many times. But uh, through when we know the usage, we are correct when while we are speaking. That is why tense is the base or foundation of grammar. So I hope you understood it well, all of you. Just mention in the chat once. Yes or no? Tell me. Just revise it once, probably in our grammar exercise lessons, or classes we have, I'll get questions of tense also. Okay, so I'll add questions of tenses also. Okay, so then you'll know whether you are able to apply the rules or no, apply the usages or no. So in the practice sessions, whenever we have, I think grammar practice sessions are there, 3 to 4 are there. So I'll be doing questions also with all of you to help you better understand. See, honestly, if I tell you, all of you, Aman, Namita, Shrey, for me also, through examples or through sentences or through questions, I would probably get the concept better. So, like, I always prefer the practical question part more than the theory part. Yeah, while speaking, am I using the correct tense? You have to be very, very, conscious of that. Second thing, in sentences, I'm able to identify what's the fault with the tense, right? So we'll do questions, don't worry about that. And then there will be one more revision. I'll share the PDF. You just go through it for the basics, and then while we're doing the question, it will be a revision. Clear? Chalo. Okay, now I'll wrap up the session. Do give the feedback, and yeah, I'll see you in the next session. I'll see you in the next class. Okay, thank you.